Throughout history, some people have captured the world's attention the moment they were born, and of course, not just for being adorable or wide-eyed, but for being truly one of a kind. Today, we're diving into the stories of people who came into this world with traits and conditions so rare, they defied every expectation and left both doctors and families in absolute disbelief. So buckle up, and let's meet the 15 most unusual and bizarre people that were born different. Number 15. Toddler. Oliver, the angel. When Oliver was born, the nurses didn't just cut the cord, they paused in awe. That's because stretching across his upper back was a pair of markings that looked like wings, running from the base of his neck down to his shoulder blades. At first sight, he looked like a child carved out of Mayan folklore. Doctors diagnosed him with congenital melanocytic nevus, a condition found in just 1 out of every 100 people, where pigmented cells form large, dark patches. In Oliver's case, they aligned in a pattern too uncanny to ignore. While his life isn't in immediate danger, doctors have to monitor him every few months to ensure these patches don't turn cancerous or spread near the brain. But for now, the only thing those wings have brought him is viral fame. Online, he's earned nicknames like the Angel Child, and his photos sparked wild theories, from divine signs to reincarnated spirits. Whatever the actual truth, Oliver's story remains unforgettable. Number 14. Primrose Austin. One look at Primrose, and you'd think she stepped out of a video game. Her striking silver eyes resembled those of Raiden from Mortal Kombat. But this wasn't fiction, it's actually. Born with congenital glaucoma, Primrose was left in an orphanage in China shortly after birth. Because of her untreated condition, she soon went blind, and her eyes turned a pale metallic gray. At the orphanage, she was neglected. She didn't even learn to drink from a bottle. Other children avoided her and called her a monster. But everything changed when she was adopted by Aaron Austin and her husband, who brought her into their American home back in 2016. Doctors warned she might be deaf too, but they didn't care or listen to what the doctor said. Months later, she began experiencing unbearable pain, and doctors found a rare eye disorder. Surgery was the only option. They had to remove her eyes. She pulled through. Recovery was tough, but her hearing improved, her energy returned, and for the first time in her life, she smiled. Number 13. Connie Lloyd. Just a day after Connie Lloyd was born, her parents noticed a strange red lump on her nose. Within hours, it swelled up, giving her the appearance of having a clown's nose. Since birth, Connie had been living with a bright, bulging growth on her face that instantly attracted attention, and not the good or great kind. It wasn't just a cosmetic issue either. The growth expanded inward, creating pain and anxiety for her parents. After visiting a skin specialist, she was diagnosed with hemangioma, a condition involving blood vessel overgrowth. Connie became the 8th baby in the UK to be treated with propranolol, a heart medication repurposed to stop the swelling. Her parents were warned that there was no real cure and that even a scratch could lead to uncontrollable bleeding. But her mother didn't give up or abandon her. She finally found a surgeon, Dr. Hutchinson, who performed a successful operation. He removed the pesky tumor, leaving only a small scar behind, an outcome her family gratefully accepted. Number 12. Treza Johnson. 2 faces, 1 soul. That's Trez from Missouri. He was born with one of the rarest known conditions, partial facial duplication, or diaprupus, and his arrival left doctors stunned. They told his parents he wouldn't survive the day. But Trez proved them all wrong. He was born with 2 partially formed faces, lives with frequent seizures, and has endured more surgeries than most can count. And yet, he made it to his 18th birthday, surrounded by love and celebration. His resilience is more than remarkable, it's historic. Doctors once thought survival impossible. But Treza's story has rewritten what's medically possible. He continues to live with physical challenges and neurological issues, but his spirit has never dimmed. His family calls him their miracle, their proof that sometimes hope doesn't just comfort, it rewrites the rule book. Through all the complications and hospital visits, Treza's will to live stands stronger than any diagnosis. His existence reminds the world that medical predictions aren't always the final word. Number 11. Anna Wilkllo. Anna Wilkllo was born via C-section back in September 2017. Everything seemed fine, until hours later when her skin started tearing open. Her parents panicked. Tests revealed she had harlequin ichthyosis, an extremely rare genetic disorder that affects 1 in 500,000 births. Her skin was thick and rigid like armor, covering her entire body and making even the slightest movement painful. The condition caused her skin to crack, exposing her to life-threatening infections. It also made blinking, eating, and breathing nearly impossible. The thick plates of skin stretched across her chest distorted her mouth and eyes and kept her in constant discomfort. Anna spent her first month in a medical facility, battling for her life. The risk of dehydration and organ failure was always looming, but she survived. Despite the brutal pain and risk of infections, Anna has pushed through every obstacle. Her condition still needs daily care, but she's alive, she's growing, and she's one of the toughest little fighters on earth. Number 10. Anahita Zade. Anahita Zade was born back in January 2015, and from the very beginning it was clear. This wasn't just any normal child. Dubbed the cutest baby in the whole world, she quickly became a global sensation. Today she's not just a model and influencer, she's a cultural icon with millions of fans following her every move. Her rise to fame wasn't accidental. Her parents recognized early on that she was different and fully supported her entry into modeling and social media. With a sister and a brother by her side, they've built a strong, close-knit family. But fame isn't always easy to juggle. Between photo shoots and school, Anahita eventually switched to homeschooling to better balance her academic goals with her growing career. Now, at such a young age, she already walks the line between internet stardom and real-world responsibility. Her presence, confidence, and magnetic personality continue to draw admiration from audiences of all ages, and it doesn't look like she's slowing down anytime soon. Number 9. Callie and Carter, the conjoined twins. Callie and Carter Torres were born conjoined at the pelvis, and from day one, doctors warned they might not survive past the first hour. But the girls beat every expectation and celebrated their 7th birthday not long ago. They share one leg each and all vital organs below the navel, making separation impossible. Their parents were devastated at first, but they quickly stepped up, homeschooling them and helping them adjust to a life that would demand creativity, patience, and strength. Regular schools were out of the question, so the family created their own rhythm. Right now, the focus is on physical therapy, building motor skills, improving coordination, and preparing the girls for long-term mobility. Despite having just a 5% chance of survival, Callie and Carter are thriving. Their bond is unbreakable, and their personalities have already left a mark on everyone they meet. For their family, every day is a gift, and it's a good one. Number 8. Lai Singh. Lai Singh, born in 2008, became known across India as the Divine Double. Her arrival left villagers speechless. She had 2 fully formed faces, 4 eyes, 2 noses, and 2 mouths that could feed at the same time. People believed she was a reincarnation of the Hindu goddess Durga. Locals made pilgrimages just to see her, showering her with flowers, prayers, and offerings. For many, she wasn't just a baby, she was a blessing. But her tiny lungs couldn't keep up. After just over 2 months, Lali passed away from complications related to breathing. Still, her memory lives on. To this day, stories of her short life continue to echo in Indian folklore and temple conversations. Her image, her birth, and her spiritual symbolism remain stitched into the cultural memory of the region. Even in her brief time on Earth, she left behind a lasting legend, one that speaks to faith, awe, and the unexplainable beauty of the human body. Number 7. Junior Cox Noon. Junior Cox Noon didn't just cry his way into the world, he made an entrance. Born in Brighton, England, this baby stunned hospital staff with an unbelievable crown of thick, voluminous hair. Most newborns are bald or barely fuzzy. Junior looked like he came straight from a shampoo commercial. Where others lose hair over time, Junior's only seemed to grow denser. People compared him to a baby bear, and honestly, it wasn't far off. The sheer amount of hair he had made it nearly impossible to walk down the street without attracting stares. While most toddlers are spared salon visits, Junior was already becoming a regular at the barbershop. Fortunately, his mother is a professional hairdresser, so she's got that handled. Junior's hair growth wasn't just cosmetic. It highlighted an extremely rare genetic variation linked to hypertrichosis, but without any medical complications. He's completely healthy and completely unforgettable. From birth, he's been rewriting the baby book on what it means to be born different. Number 6. Faith and Hope, Howie. Faith and Hope Howie were born in 2014 in Sydney, Australia. Two beautiful faces sharing a single body. They were conjoined twins with two separate brains, but their skulls and faces were fused into one. For 19 days, their parents fought with everything they had to keep them alive. Every moment was documented, every heartbeat cherished. Their birth not only captured the hearts of millions, but it also gave medical researchers an invaluable window into one of the rarest forms of conjoinment ever seen. Faith and Hope's case became the focus of international study. Their condition helped neonatologists better understand craniofacial fusion and paved the way for future breakthroughs. Even though their time was heartbreakingly short, the impact they left behind was enormous. They didn't just exist, they changed lives, shaped medical understanding, and sparked global conversations about what medicine might be able to solve in the future. Their names remain a quiet symbol of love, courage, and scientific progress. Number 5. Francesco Frank Lentini. Frank was born May 18, 1889, in Rossellini, Sicily, with a parasitic twin attached to his spine. This gave him 3 legs, 4 feet, and 2 sets of male genitalia. Doctors warned that removing the limb could cause paralysis, so it remained. Rather than hide, Frank adapted with determination and humor. He learned to walk, run, cycle, skate, and swim, joking that his extra leg acted like a rudder. At 8, he began performing in sideshows, eventually touring Europe and America as the Great Lentini. He rose to fame with Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, earning the respect of peers who called him King. Known for sharp wit, he often joked that even with 3 legs, he still didn't have a spare pair. Beyond the stage, Frank lived a family life and remained admired for his resilience. He passed away on September 21, 1966, in Jackson, Tennessee, leaving behind a great legacy of strength and showmanship. Number 4. Jeff. Jeff was born with Naegger syndrome, which is a super rare genetic disorder that impacts the development of facial bones, ears, forearms, and thumbs without affecting intelligence. From childhood, Jeff faced endless stares and unanswered questions. But instead of retreating, he chose to share his passions openly. He invites people to see beyond appearances and hopes they'll talk to him about Disney, animals, or sports rather than stare. Over time, Jeff became a beloved part of the Special Books by Special Kids community. He shares his love for go-karts, his favorite Disney stories, and his positivity, turning a rare diagnosis into a bridge for connection. Despite his challenges, limited mobility, hearing differences, and multiple surgeries to correct facial structure, Jeff embraces each day with joy. The community around him has grown into more than support. They have become family. His story proves acceptance begins with simple conversation, and that difference can create deeper bonds, not barriers. Number 3. Changu Ping. Changu Ping, often called Two-Faced Chang, lived in China with an extraordinary condition known as fetus in fetu, a parasitic twin partially fused into his own facial structure. On the right side of his face grew a malformed secondary face with a mouth, teeth, a partial nose, and traces of eyes, ears, and scalp. Astonishingly, when Chang opened his main mouth, the smaller mouth would also move in unison. As he aged, the deformity became more pronounced, drawing attention from doctors and the media alike. In his 40s, surgeons finally performed a delicate operation to remove the parasitic face. Though his right ear remained permanently disfigured, the surgery improved his overall health and appearance. Chang eventually returned to his rural village in southwest China, where he lived more quietly. His case attracted worldwide interest during the early 1980s, featured in medical programs and documentaries as one of the most striking real examples of partial facial duplication in recorded history. Now, let's head over to Number 2. Jackson Buell. Jackson Buell's journey was nothing short of miraculous. He was born with an extremely rare condition called microhydranencephaly, where a large part of the skull and brain fails to form. Doctors didn't expect him to live more than a few days. His brain hadn't developed properly, and the part that controls vital functions was missing. But Jackson had other plans. Despite the odds, he survived infancy, kept growing, and began responding to his parents with facial expressions. His parents, Brandon and Brittany Buell, refused to accept the death sentence that doctors had quietly handed down. Instead, they chose to love and raise him just like any other child. Jackson couldn't walk or talk, but he communicated in his own way. Each smile, each movement was a sign that he was still fighting. He lived until age 5, longer than anyone thought possible. His story became a symbol of faith, resilience, and what it truly means to cherish the time you're given. Number 1. Abby and Brittany Hensel. Abby and Brittany from Minnesota are one of the rarest cases of dicephalic parapagus twins. They share a single body, yet have 2 heads, 2 hearts, 2 spines, and separate arms and legs. Abby controls the right side, Brittany the left. Each has a complete upper body system with its own brain, lungs, and stomach, allowing it to eat and digest food separately. Far from limited, they mastered walking, swimming, playing sports, and even driving, each passing her own test. Their parents refused dangerous separation surgery, choosing instead to help them live fully as one. Fame followed their 1996 Oprah Winfrey Show appearance and their 2012 TLC series Abby and Brittany. Both graduated from Bethel University and have been teaching since 2013. In 2021, Abby quietly married Army veteran Josh Bowling, revealed in 2024. By summer 2025, the sisters were seen with a newborn sparking talk of an expanding family while continuing to symbolize unity and resilience. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.